Hi there, and welcome to Lyndon B. Johnson National Historical Park. My name is Rhonda, and what you just clicked on is a short presentation to kind of help get you oriented before you arrive here at Lyndon B. Johnson. Now, first things first, we want to make sure that you especially if it's your first time, we want to make sure that you get on the right road and headed in the right direction, arriving where you expect to arrive. I think the most important thing in getting people oriented is letting people know that the park is located in two separate towns, 14 miles apart. We have two districts, one in Johnson City, Texas, which we refer to as Johnson City District. The other one is 14 miles west of Johnson City in a town called Stonewall, Texas. That's the LBJ Ranch District. What you'll find in Johnson City, though, is our park headquarters, our visitor center, which is our main visitor center, along with the exhibit hall located in the same building. Across the street from our visitor center is the President's Boyhood Home, which is the house that he grew up in. And adjacent to the Boyhood Home and the visitor center is the Johnson Settlement, and that was the property that was owned by the President's grandfather for his cattle driving business in the 1860s. Now this is a map, the map that you will receive when you arrive at the Johnson City location in the Johnson City Visitor Center. If you're coming in from Austin, you'll probably come in on Highway 290. 290 actually turns into Main Street as you're going through Johnson City, or if you're coming in from Fredericksburg, you're also coming in on Highway 290. Either direction you're coming from, you're going to want to take a turn on G Street, which is also off at the G Street and Main Street intersection. Go 2 blocks south, and that's where you're going to find our visitor center there. Now, in the visitor center, we also have two theaters as well as a gift shop. Right across the street from the visitor center is the President's Boyhood Home. And now, from 9 o'clock until 4:30, we do give free tours of the Boyhood Home every 30 minutes. So at the top and the bottom of the hour, you just have to meet the ranger right on the front porch of the Boyhood Home. So it's all day long with the exception of that noon hour. That's when we like to take lunch. So just meet us there on the porch and we'll give you a tour through the Boyhood Home at no charge. Now, just west of the Boyhood Home and the Visitor Center, you're going to find the Johnson Settlement. And this is a walking trail that goes around the settlement. This is the 1860s dog trot home that the president's grandparents lived in, as well as the barns that they used for their cattle driving business. Once you've finished up here in the Johnson City District, you'll leave the Visitor Center, go that 2 blocks back to Main Street, and you're going to take a left. You're going to get right back on Highway 290 and start heading west as if you're going to Fredericksburg. Now, you're going to be traveling out that way. In about 14 miles, you're going to see that traditional brown sign that indicates a national park. But this one's a little bit different because it does say State Park on it, because we do have a Lyndon B. Johnson State Historical Park as well, which is pretty much right across the river from the national park. And you do have to go on to the state park side. But I'll explain that in a minute. But when you see the LBJ State and National Historical Park, don't let the fact that it says state throw you. That's exactly where you want to turn in at. Now, in the LBJ Ranch District, we have the Texas White House, which was the President and the First Lady's home, President's first schoolhouse, a place where he was born. The family cemetery is right across the street from the birthplace. The show barn that the President used to run his cattle ranching business from, it's the same show barn that we use now for our cattle ranching. You'll also find that little Lockheed Jetstar that the President used to fly in from San Antonio or from Austin when he was coming out here to the ranch. We do have a small collection of the President's cars as well. Now, this is the map of the Stonewall the district that's in Stonewall, which is the LBJ District Ranch. You'll be coming in from Johnson City on Highway 290. You're going to see that brown sign, and you will turn into the state park here. Park in their parking lot. Go into their visitor center. They will issue you a driving permit. Now that permit is free, but it does give you access to drive on the national park. And you'll see here the state park is south of the Pedernales River. Pedernales River is pretty much the dividing line between the state park and the national park. National park being on the north side of the Pedernales River. So once you're finished there at the state park side, they've got some great exhibits and displays in a different visitor center than what we've got. Exit the parking lot. Take a right on, that is called Ranch Road 1, and you're going to travel on Ranch Road 1 parallel to the Pedernales River for about a mile. It's pretty much the only left-hand turn you can make. You'll see the sign though. You're going to cross the Pedernales River, and now you're on the national park side. As you drive around the ranch, you'll see the schoolhouse, the birthplace, the family cemetery. You're basically driving around the airstrip, and it is a working cattle ranch, so please be mindful of the Hereford cattle. Here is the show barn. It's got some great exhibits on how the ranch is actually maintained and how the Herefords are maintained. You're going to be heading back south. You're going to see the Jetstar right here. When you see that Jetstar, that's when you know you're almost at the Texas White House. And you're going to want to park right here along that taxiway. If you're interested in a tour of the Texas White House, then head into the hangar there. It is an old hangar. It is now something that we've converted into a visitor center. So you'll go in there, meet the ranger there at the desk, and they'll be able to let you know when the next tour of the Texas White House is. For 18 adults 18 and over, the charge is $3. For 17 and under, it is free. And a ranger will take you and give you a guided tour through the first floor of the home of the President and the First Lady. It's definitely worth the $3. So hopefully I have been able to give you a little bit of an overview and get you a little bit oriented before you come out here. If I've not covered something that you're still questioning, please feel free to call our visitor center there in Johnson City, and the ranger that answers the phone will certainly be able to help you out. You can check out our website and Facebook as well. We keep Facebook fairly updated so that you can know what's going on if we do have any issues. We've got a lot of fun facts on there, so like us on Facebook. We hope that you have safe travels, and we look forward to seeing you at Lyndon B. Johnson National Historical Park very, very soon.